Alright. Hey guys. Bully Bears here. We're going to go over a quick tutorial on how to use indicators. We'll go over each and every one, explain what I do, how it works, settings, and go from there. Alright. First one. Bully Bears alerts. Everything is fully customizable and we'll go over everything. This is basically just to change the colors if you guys want to change the way it looks. Other than that, just leave it at default. Okay. Before we trade any style, we're going to always check the news. You can always go to Economic Calendar and TradingView. There's so many other resources you can go to. Always avoid the news until you understand it. I like to stay away like a minute before and a minute after because it can be, whiplash back and forth. Now, I'm just going to go over the AM session. That has the highest volume. If you want to trade in other times of the day, you really got to watch to see if price is moving. So, say you're trading at 5 a.m. There is no volume here. Look at this. What indicator is working? Nada. And we'll go over the colors real quick. Gray means stay out. Doesn't know any trend or strength. Nothing. Stay out. Green means, we're starting to become bullish to the upside. A little bit more strength. But you can see that dwindled down right back to gray. Red means we're in a downtrend. The strength is a little bit higher. Orange and yellow, well, let's just go to orange. Orange means that it's either oversold or overbought. Depending on what colors you choose, this golden yellow here means extreme oversold or extreme overbought. And these are important because they help me make my decisions. Okay, so I don't know what the news was in the past here, so this is where it gets a little difficult, but just back testing on what this does. So we get a buy signal, so we would enter to the upside. And the criteria for this is green cloud, green candle, buy signal, enter. You would close it on the first overbought candle. There wasn't much on here. Once you gain more experience, you'll notice that maybe you could have held to the 600s. But it's going to happen, and sometimes you're not going to get the full run. It's a part of it. We can look at other methods that bring that to light in the next few minutes. So here we go. Comes out of the overbought, goes back to green. We get a buy signal. We enter. Get another one. You can add on to it. You get another one. You can add on to it. Now, you should be trailing your profit because it can go back down. And this is around 10 o'clock. So most likely there was some news that was released that made this wild ride. And I have another indicator that actually filters this out. So we'll be going over it with all three together. So just bear in mind, I'm just teaching you how to use each indicator by itself. Now, stop loss is when the candle closes behind the cloud. So you can see here, uptrend, 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 buy, green, turns red. That could be another indication, hey, let's get out. Goes below, closes. This is when you should be closing your trade. And then you get another buy signal. Now, you can wait on this because this says, hey, something's wrong. Most likely it was news. But something's wrong. If you did buy that, it's fine. Anything between 9:30 and 11:30, depending on how the market's moving, signals are usually pretty good. So it goes up. You would have got out here. Would have been no profit here. Or you could have just winged it a little bit and stop losses behind the cloud. But we did get our second buy signal, what I would have taken. We enter. Would have gotten out for a small profit, but you can see that 700 is right there, a whole number. along with its overbought. Just because it turns overbought doesn't mean it's gonna reverse instantly. So don't be shorting or longing on these candles because you're gonna get burned because the market doesn't care what you think. Now this is where it got shaky. You have your second loss here. If you would have taken this, I wouldn't have taken this because candle closed behind the cloud. Hey, something's wrong. Let's pay attention. Goes up, comes down, and we go right into gray candles. So you would have had a small, tiny loss here. Now we start becoming behind 11 o'clock. Volume starts to die down. And again, we'll go over live scenarios on this. You guys see me. We've made money on this plenty of times. Comes down. Now, first candle with a short after 11:30. We don't take this. After 11, you got to wait for more than one signal because you don't know what the volume is going to be. So we have our first buy signal here after 11. So we're going to wait until we get a second one. Yes, candle turned red, so this could have thrown you off. Totally up to you if you want to gain into it. But here's a second buy signal. You could have got out here, or you could have held it just to see, or kept it really tight. The stop loss. It then rockets up, tips over 700. Make sure you pay attention to whole numbers, and then it reverses. You get your third buy signal. Goes up, turns gray, starts to dwindle down. This would be a break even or a small loss. After this, I wouldn't trade the signals anymore. It's just the volume's not there, right? So we would wait until we had more volume. Maybe, we see this head and shoulders here. Starts to pick up. Got a buy signal. Looks pretty cool. Have on the trend line. Breaks up. Keeps going. Stop loss is behind the cloud. Get a second one. Oh, yeah, baby. Goes up. Got an overbought candle. We took profit. Another buy signal. This would have been a loser. A small loser, though. So that's how you filter and use these. Now, let's go over Bully Bears Bounce. Now, this one was really hard to code. And there's so many ways to use this. It's wild. I'll try to explain them all. But over time, you will learn this. So I like to change these settings. You can be aggressive. Totally up to you. Basically, it'll take the really small pullbacks and place them on your chart. I like to place them yellow and put them very, very light so you can't see it that much, but it's in the background. So it kind of gives me like a, hey, pay attention. This is why it's doing this. And you guys can come back and look at the settings. I also put a picture of my settings in Discord. And it goes up to 5 zigzags. Pullbacks, so. And everything is totally customizable. Show zone breaks, show all signals. I like to just do 2 and 3. Because 4 and 5 are really large. And the 1, you'll get a lot of signals. It depends on how you want to trade. You can easily keep all of them on and just pay attention to them all. So going back to the beginning of this day. So we wind up. We're going to have to replay this to get the... we'll do randoms too in a bit. Then we got our other signals going. Okay. Bully Bears Bounce. I like to use this more as a sense of direction and why it's bouncing off the areas. They're more like, hey, it's resisting here because there's support and resistance. So how it works is, say from this bottom to this top, the pullback zone is here, 684. All these other ones are the aggressive ones, and they will point out why it's bouncing off. Again, it's not set in stone. It's more of a sense of direction on what's going on. So you can trade them if you want to, but you need more information to trade the bounces. And you can see, look at all these bull threes. it would just stuck in this rut, and it just kept bouncing, 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 bouncing. We finally broke out. So it should show you that that was a resistance area. So you can start to build information that way. All right, from this bottom to this top, it shows that this is a possible support area, and it's adaptive. So we didn't come down, so now we're kind of stuck in a rut here. Now it's bouncing back and forth. So it's more like a support and resistance. All right. Third and final one, Soul Collector. All right. Everything is totally customizable. This one, enable 20 candle filter. So after you get a signal, this will give you confirmation within 20 candles. If you want it to be further out, I'll show you. I'll explain it better when I show you an example. Sometimes it could be like 30 candles out and gives you a signal. This will be like a filter to help you if it's too long for you. Totally up to you if you want to use it. Wick break high, aggressive only, not recommended. So this is if it gives you a wick between the fair value gaps, it'll give you a signal. But that always doesn't mean that it's going to go in that direction. So this is very aggressive version. I don't trade this because you can get psyched out real quick. Your weekly levels, daily levels. I have 4 hours, 1 hour, and 15 minutes, or else the rest starts to get a little bit cluttered. You got your fair value gaps. I like to keep it on small. Last 50 boxes printed. You can change it if you want to, but you want to watch your computer on how much power it's putting out. EMA period 150 and VWAP. Now you can change every single one. I like to have my flags orange and yellow. You can change it to any color you want, whatever pops out at you. I'll explain to what these are, and you can go back and change it if you like that. EMA, those are our target areas. VWAP, target areas. Okay, so let's go over it. The same exact day that we're just going over. So 9:30, buy signal, we get in. A reversal flag appears. Doesn't mean that it's going to reverse instantly. It's a hey, let's pay attention. Comes up and grinds out. We get a reversal right here. It's an anchor. It's a little hard to see because it's behind some stuff, but we get an anchor. So we would enter. We go down. We get some profit. You can start to take some out if you want, scale out, but this either came a break-even trade or a little bit of a loss. If it closes above the cloud, you could take your loss. You can put a 25 stop loss behind. There's so many different methods of doing this, but our ultimate goal is to get it to this 150 EMA, and then the second one is VWAP. The blue line is definitely the safety, depending on which one is closer. Always, you can see this reversal. Anchor means hey, we're about to fall. We get in, goes down. Profit target right here, and we just do that over and over again. Again, anchor didn't get much out of this, but I held through. Good. Now this is the end of the day. We don't like to trade during like 1600 hours. It's no good. And we're gonna go over random scenarios too. So that's basically how I use my indicators. Sorry, this is a little sloppy explaining it. I'm not the best editor, but I'll go back and try to edit out some stuff to make it look a little more cleaner. Now we're gonna go to random. So this is no BS. All right. No BSing. Replay mode on TradingView. I like to use this on the 1 minute time frame. You can do it on the 5 minute, and you also could do it on the 30-second. Everything could be used on any time frame you want, but the higher the time frame you are, you have to be careful of news because it could just spread it way out. But I prefer 1 minute. You can do 5 minute. Soul Collector you can do on any time frame you want. All right. We're going to fast forward just a tiny bit. This is the opening of 1800. You can see that we got an anchor and we hit our location easily. I really just want to get to like 9 a.m. You can trade these, but signals, you got to watch to see how it's moving. These, these banked, but it still looks like it was rough to trade. Now, Soul Collector is a great, you can use it at any time you want. 215, but just remember, lower volume could throw it off. We are starting to go into London session almost. Let's just see what happens here. Okay. We got a rocket mode. Not that much meat, so be careful. It's only like 30 points. We're going to buy TP. 346. So you can do this like 20 points. Totally up to you. I know that the range here isn't that great, but boom, hits. You can make it tighter. You could throw an ATR on there, but it's totally up to you on what your sizing is going to be and your risk to reward. Now, if we want to go over sizing, we can. I should have probably put this in the beginning. For every 50K account that you have for a prop firm, I like to use 1 to 2 on signals, like short signal, buy signal. And then on Soul Collector, I can go up a little bit more. So 3 to 4 for every 50K. Depends on how you feel and how you handle it. So if I have a 150K account, I can have 9 to 12 contracts on. And micros only, not minis. Minis will take your soul. Too rough. Micro it out. So that's my style. And then I like to do like 20, 25 points below on Soul Collector. And then go from there, depending on the ATR. ATR is how much did it move over the past average of candles. Okay. Again, 3:30, London Open. And this is random. I don't even know what day this is. This is March of 25, a Monday. Okay, rocket symbol. The problem here is you have your VWAP that's really close. It's only a 10-point move. So I'm not going to size up that high. Stop loss below the low. All right, we hit it. Next, keep going. Fast forwarding it. All right, here's probably where a loss would be. It's just a grinder. You're gonna have losses. Okay. Anchor. We sell. Take profit. Stop loss. Now you could do ATR and just make this a lot easier. I go right where the signal was. And I'll put the stop there. This is 3 times ATR. If it hits this, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I like to put it just above the TP sometimes. Oof, what a grinder. You got a buy signal, 2 buys in a row. Maybe that could have assisted you in getting out earlier. We'll continue, but remember, we're before 9:30, so we're only doing Soul Collector mostly. If you want to do signals, then you can take on the second one, and then you would have gotten a profit on that. Okay, we got our flag. Warning, warning. Soul collecting.
Soul Collector.
Okay. Okay, we got the anchor here. Sorry, I missed it. Anchor. Anchor. You might have been down here. You might have not, depending on what you did. Probably would have been like down here more. Regardless, you guys get the gist of it. Stop loss 3 times ATR. $240 loss if we're wrong. TP just a little bit above it. Look, you see Bully Bear's bounce zone here, the yellow. You can target above this, or you can target into it. Totally up to you. We'll go in the middle and we'll see how it reacts. Okay. TP is moving. Blue line. Oof, getting close. Unfortunately, it hit her stop loss. $250 loss right now. So we continue. Got that 4-hour high. Okay, we got one signal here. Buy. This is a strong market. You can see it's a strong market. Okay. I meant to do just 4. All right, that was a loss. Thought it was going to be 2 in a row. Didn't go. Okay, we're going to continue. You can see that it's gray bars means sideways. Got our first short. You could have took the second one, but it would have been a loss. And candles close above the cloud, so most likely I wouldn't have taken that. Waiting for a soul collecting move. All right, 9:30 open. 9:30 open. Where is the EMA and where is VWAP? We're already in the EMA, so we're not going to take this soul collecting move. That means it was ranging like crazy. Look at the range. And let's take this off because I don't want to get cluttered. It did end up going down, which is cool. You're not going to get them all, though. All right, we got our short. Short would have banked on this. Let me go back. I think I'm rushing this a little bit too fast. Flag, anchor, still on the blue line. But that's our TP, so... But we got a short before 11 a.m. after 9:30. Take profit. We could take profit there, or... All right, we hit. Or you could have held it until it turned colors. Totally up to you. All right, we got another short. We're in 4. Stop loss is behind the cloud. Now you can see this is moving a lot. It's $600 loss. We're already up 300 though, so we can scale it down. All right, we got our soul collecting. So, and we got oversold. So we're gonna take our profit, $800. Rocket mode. Now, when we get a soul collecting flag here, anything that's after this, like shorts, if it were to pop up, you really want to just watch it. Don't enter on the short because we're getting you know, a stronger reversal move here. I'm sorry, we should have been entered. You can wait for the pullback. Totally up to you. I like to get in right on the rocket. VWAP's closer, so we're going to do VWAP. Stop loss is just below, or you can probably crank it out a little bit down. But I would say if it doesn't hold this area now, you see how it's bull 3, bull 3. If it doesn't hold this, then I would probably get out. So we could even go down a little bit more. VWAP just went down a little bit. Okay. Entry hit. We continue. We're getting to 9:30. You can see that's a little rough right now. But this would have helped me, you know, hey, we got a buy signal into it. Boom. Second buy. But if it closed below the cloud, so I probably wouldn't have taken this. Close below the cloud's a warning sign, remember. We go across. Gray candles are up. That means, hey, movement isn't that crazy. We don't know which way we're going. So now we can wait for... It's already 11:30, so After 11:30, you don't take the first short. You could take the second one though. And you can see that it would have saved you, or it could have got out on this overbought or oversold signal. See, we got resistance here. Hey, why is it doing this? We got VWAP, EMA, and we got fair value gap up here. And we got the Bully Bears bounce saying, hey, we're having some struggle here. Doesn't mean get in, just reasons why it's doing this. If anything, I kind of wanted to sweep up, give me a soul collector. All right. We swept down. It's hard to do this on back testing. But if you zoom out a little bit, we did go below here on this low. But there is another low here. So I'd be cautious of both. Two shorts though. Very good. So most likely it wants this bottom here, right? All right, we're below it now, right? So that's a great sign. This is a warning. And then we're waiting for the actual second signal. Okay. First signal. Rocket mode. But let's pretend I have a 150K count. So I'm going to do... let's do 12. And I'm up a lot of money for some reason. I'm actually up 2,023. So I can afford to do some, right? Now, you see all these resistance up here, right? For the Bully Bear bounce. It needs to go through all these. So it's probably going to struggle at 2, 3, 4s. Pull back and then rip through. Just teaching you on why it's bouncing. So this is more of like a tool. Hey, why is it struggling here? Why is it doing that? Stop loss. You can do like your 25 points, or you can do ATR. Let's see what it is. ATR. We're very close. We'll put it right to it. And I might put that into the indicator in the future. I'll clean it up a bit though. Now, I have no idea this is going to be a winner or not, okay? This is random. But you're going to see that this pullback zone is where it wants to bounce. Getting close, getting close. Just wanted more souls here. Got stopped out. It's going to happen. Now, if you wanted to re-enter again and try it again because it pulls back, now you got another fair value gap set. Let's close it above. All right, another soul collector. Rocket mode. We're in 10. TP. Stop loss. Let's do the ATR. Let's see how crazy that is. Right at it. Damn. Right to it. This would have been just a hard day.